Good morning, everybody on YouTube. Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. Today I'm going to do a final video on the Skipfield Sony CV unit. This is a reel-to-reel machine from 67, 68, and going into 69. This is a black and white unit, and as I spoke yesterday, it just didn't have any video scan to it. I got this a couple months ago. I have not serviced this unit until yesterday, so anyways, I got an emergency transfer job coming up, and I would like to use this particular machine, so I serviced this machine yesterday, and we now got it working really good. Excuse the bar, these phones do this when you aim it at a television, but anyways, the video looks fantastic. It's black and white. We are getting good video out of this thing now. It seems to be tracking and locking the track signal on the tape, so that's a good sign. These things are notorious because they don't have tracking controls on them. But we got this thing all working really, really good. Put new belts in and relubrication and everything else. But this deck, as you can see, now does play really, really good. And it's amazing because these decks never play this good. I mean, the CV 2100, 2200s, and just the Skipfield machines in general, they don't have tracking controls on them. You can't track the video, but as you can see, this one's actually locking. So that means this machine's in really, really good shape. You know, this was given to me. I didn't buy this machine. This was given to me as a gift. I have not had time to look at it, but now we're getting around to doing it. And you can see the video has got great playback. Looking really good on this Skipfield tape, black and white. And the unit itself is playing really good. I got everything lubed, belts, the whole 9 yards. I didn't have to do any electronic restoration to it except for one thing. The biggest problem with these Skipfield CV 2100, 2200s, 2600s, because of the age of them, they would use these really crappy bridge capacitors on the actual motor run capacitor. And here's an example here. This is a motor that's usually in one of these machines, okay? This is your main drive motor. They would have a can capacitor, a big aluminum can capacitor, with a bridge capacitor that would bridge the two phases of the motor. Okay, this particular one came out of a 3600. I'm just using it as an example. Okay, you'd have a big can capacitor that would bridge with a filter cap across the phases of the actual motor. The problem is they would be these square little caps, and they would actually start to burn up and blow. I mean, that's what happened midday yesterday when I was running a tape. The capacitor just popped. I mean, literally popped, and the machine came to a complete standstill. So you'd want to put in a new bridge capacitor. This is a really weird value. It's a 0.2, and as you can see, I got a 0.2 right here, which is a much higher quality. I checked the value of this cap, and this one would work just fine. So I bridged it to the main motor capacitor on inside. I might even do my other deck because I have some spare caps like this because I don't want to go through that problem again. But they used crappy bridge capacitors in the early 60s. That's what caused the problem, why the machine was not working really well. As you can see, we do not have that problem now after doing restoration to this deck and replacing the capacitor out. Motor run capacitors, you got to change them. They do pop, especially on decks this old. But it had a bridge capacitor, it popped on the motor, and I just got done replacing it with a much high quality one, such as this one, these brown dip ones. And it is now working really, really good. So if you guys have a Skipfield machine, you might want to look at the motor run capacitors and change them out. Change the belts, lubricate the machine, and you'll get this thing working really good. If the machine is in really good condition, you shouldn't have to go into it very much with the capacitor, changing out the capacitors. This thing does seem to hold up on capacitors pretty good. But if it has a lot of issues, you may have to recap the whole machine. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, we got this thing running really good now. Look at that. The video is fantastic on this Skipfield. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video.